75 to 100 mile per hour winds are expected in the areas in pink, and for all areas in red, widespread power outages. Notice late tomorrow evening, this batch of rain doesn't move that much, and the concern is going to be that we could see some flash flooding. Primary severe weather threat late this afternoon and evening. This is at 7 to 9 p.m. And we're going to have to start watching some of these because they could have an isolated tornado threat.
The key, thin, and crispy. We're going to have your forecast coming up.
Winds were whipping earlier and the rain was coming down sideways.
Hold on 1 second. All right, now we're ready.
Who that? Who that say to go beat them Saints? Who that? Who that?
The Little Big Cup, and I'm telling you, some of the best, like, biscuits and gravy.
Oh, he's a hero today because the weather has been gorgeous.
Thank you. Round of applause. Where's that sound?
Round of applause for Scott.
There's no rain in sight on this ride. We're going to talk about your forecast coming up in just a few.
Bands are going to start to pick up. 2 o'clock, we've got winds 25 to 50 mile per hour winds sustained. And then the winds really start to crank up as this eye wall kind of rolls its way and accelerates north and east. Always about glass half full kind of guy. And I think that most of the weekend is going to be great. We just have to get over one big hurdle, and that's the severe weather threat in the morning tomorrow. I had to compliment Amanda earlier. Right when she walked into the studio, I said, oh my goodness, look at your dress. There's little umbrellas. Good morning. Happy St. Patrick's Day. We are starting off the day yet again on a mild and muggy note, and the breeze is starting to pick up ahead of our next storm system that's going to bring for the potential of a severe weather outbreak across the deep south for the day today and into the overnight. So weather headlines, make sure you have a way to receive weather alerts, especially late today and into the early overnight, as we are expecting a severe weather potential across southeast Louisiana. Now, for a good chunk of your Wednesday, I think we're going to start off on a dry note for many of us across southeast Louisiana. Just some spotty to scattered activity, mainly on the North Shore through midday into early afternoon. As we head towards tonight, though, between 7 p.m. and midnight, that's when I'm expecting a broken kind of squall line to push across the region and give us the opportunity for some severe weather. More on that here in just a moment. Right now, we're looking at a temperature of 74 degrees. Sunrise at 7:08 a.m. Our winds out of the south-southeast at about 7 to 10 miles per hour. Winds are really going to start to pick up as we head towards 10 to 11 a.m. The radar picture right now is predominantly dry, but can't rule out a couple of sprinkles and a stray shower on your morning commute. Notice on the South Shore every now and then seeing a couple of specks of green on this St. Patrick's Day morning, especially right towards the twin span. So again, some spotty rain this morning. A good idea to keep the umbrella nearby and in the car just for that outside chance of a spotty shower. But again, primarily dry this morning. Temperatures warming up close to 80 degrees by lunchtime. With the heat and also the humidity, it's definitely going to feel, with the winds picking up, like we've got a storm system heading our way. The good news is that we've got delightful weather back in the forecast late this week and into the weekend. Wind advisory in effect from 10 a.m. until 10 p.m. Winds could gust as high as 35 to 45 miles per hour, even without the showers and storms. Big upper level low out west, and that is providing for some wintry weather in the Texas Panhandle. But in the warm sector of the system, that's where we've got the severe weather potential, and the Storm Prediction Center not really mincing words, calling for a potential severe weather outbreak for northeast Louisiana into central Mississippi, a high risk level 5 out of 5 threat to our north. So the best ingredients or the best dynamics for severe weather look to stay to our north. But even for us here locally, I-10 corridor towards parts of the North Shore, we've got a level 3 and enhanced risk. And for far reaches of the North Shore, Tangi, St. Helena, and Washington Parish and into Pearl River County, a level 4, a moderate risk. So again, the further north you go, the higher the potential and the greater the ingredients there are for potential severe weather. Time frame, by noontime to about 1:30, I expect some storms to try to fire up along the I-12 corridor, and these could start to ramp up as they lift north and east. Primary severe weather threat late afternoon and evening and into the early overnight. So 5 p.m. we're watching this line out by Lafayette. That begins to move in, and by 7 to 8 o'clock, moving from west to east, you can see some of these storms with some zest to them. I think primary concern is damaging winds, but also an isolated tornado or two and some large hail is possible. Here's 8:30 p.m. and you can see the winds gusting anywhere from 35 to near 50 miles per hour. So please have a way to receive weather alerts. If you do live in a mobile home, just text a friend and say, hey, could I come spend the night? You want to make sure you're in a safer structure than a mobile home with severe weather possible. Level 3 primary threat is damaging winds, but notice I have raised that tornado and large hail threat. Rainfall amounts, 1/2 inch to near 2 inches of rain expected. All right, one more hurdle. That's the severe weather threat late today. But then notice the beautiful weather for our first full weekend of spring that arrives on Saturday. Highs this weekend in the 60s, lows in the low 40s on the North Shore. We'll have more coming up after the break.